Motivation, it's the fuel that drives us toward our goals. But why does it feel so hard to stay motivated sometimes? If you've ever started strong and then hit a wall, you're not alone. In this video, we'll explore practical tips to reignite your motivation and keep it burning every single day.
Let's start with the basics. What is motivation? It's the internal drive that pushes us to take action. But motivation isn't constant. It comes in waves, and that's okay. Understanding this is the first step to working with your natural rhythms, not against them.
Ask yourself, what motivates you more? Is it the sense of accomplishment or the promise of a reward? Knowing your why will help you when times get tough.
One major motivation killer? Overwhelm. Huge goals can feel impossible. The solution? Break them into bite-sized pieces.
Every small win gives you a dopamine hit, boosting your motivation to keep going.
Motivation doesn't always appear out of nowhere. Sometimes you have to create it. That's where routines come in.
Routines build momentum. When you establish consistent habits like exercising at the same time daily or planning your tasks the night before, you reduce decision fatigue. Less thinking, more doing. Try creating a morning routine that energizes you or an evening routine that sets up your next day for success.
Here's a fun one. Visualization. Research shows that imagining your success can increase your chances of achieving it. Picture yourself crossing the finish line, landing that dream job, or finishing your project. Feel it.
Not only does this trick your brain into believing success is possible, but it also sparks the motivation to make it happen.
Let's talk about accountability. Sharing your goals with someone you trust can be a game changer. When others know your plans, you're more likely to follow through.
Accountability creates a healthy pressure to stay on track. Plus, it feels great to celebrate wins with others.
Lastly, let's talk about failure. It's not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. Every setback is a lesson that gets you closer to your goal.
Instead of fearing failure, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Remember, progress isn't always linear. Celebrate every step forward, no matter how small.
Motivation isn't magic, it's a practice. By breaking your goals into smaller steps, creating routines, visualizing success, staying accountable, and embracing failure, you'll find it easier to keep going every day. Now, it's your turn. What's one small step you can take toward your goal today? Share it in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more motivational content. Upbeat music with visuals of people jogging, working on creative projects, and smiling in their daily lives. Voiceover. Motivation. It's the fuel that drives us toward our goals. But why does it feel so hard to stay motivated sometimes? If you've ever started strong and then hit a wall, you're not alone. In this video, we'll explore practical tips to reignite your motivation and keep it burning every single day. Scene. Calm visuals of a sunrise, people journaling, and someone deep in thought. Host on camera. Let's start with the basics. What is motivation? It's that internal spark that pushes us to take action. But here's the truth. Motivation isn't constant. It's like a wave. Some days it's high, and other days, not so much. That's normal. Cutaway to text graphic. Two types of motivation: intrinsic, driven by internal rewards like joy, curiosity, or a sense of purpose. Extrinsic, motivated by external rewards like money, recognition, or meeting deadlines. Voiceover over visuals. Think about the last time you felt motivated. Was it because you wanted to improve yourself, or was there a specific reward waiting for you? Recognizing what motivates you most, whether it's intrinsic or extrinsic, can help you tailor your strategies. Host on camera. And here's something important. Motivation often follows action, not the other way around. So don't wait to feel motivated. Start small and the motivation will come. Scene. A person staring at a long to-do list, looking overwhelmed. Cut to them checking off a small task with a smile. Host on camera. One of the biggest motivation killers? Overwhelm. Picture this. You set a big goal. Maybe it's starting a business, getting in shape, or finishing a passion project. And suddenly it feels impossible. That's because you're trying to eat the entire cake at once. The secret? Slice it into smaller, manageable pieces. Overlay graphic. Big goal example. Lose 20 pounds. Small wins. Week 1. Walk for 15 minutes daily. Week 2. Swap one unhealthy snack for a healthy one. Host on camera, animated using hand gestures. Each small win isn't just progress, it's a confidence booster. Completing a tiny step tells your brain, hey, I can do this. and that's what keeps you going. Scene: a person waking up, stretching, journaling, and heading out for a morning run. Host on camera. Let's talk about routines. Routines aren't glamorous, but they're incredibly powerful. When you have a consistent schedule, you don't waste energy deciding what to do next. You just do it. Voiceover with visuals. For example, start your day with something simple that sets a positive tone, like writing down 3 goals for the day or spending 10 minutes meditating. In the evening, create a routine that prepares you for tomorrow, like laying out your workout clothes or reviewing your tasks. Overlay tips, morning routine ideas, stretch, hydrate, review your goals. Evening routine ideas, reflect on your day, set priorities for tomorrow. Host on camera. Routines create momentum, and momentum beats motivation every time. Scene: a person sitting in a quiet space, eyes closed, imagining themselves achieving their goals. Host on camera. Visualization isn't just wishful thinking, it's science. When you visualize success, your brain activates the same pathways it would if you were actually doing the task. This makes your goal feel real and achievable. Cut away to a voiceover. Close your eyes and imagine every detail of your success. Let's say your goal is to give a great presentation. Picture yourself standing confidently, the audience engaged, and the applause at the end. Feel it, hear it, believe it. Host on camera. Do this daily. It primes your brain to take the actions needed to turn that vision into reality. Scene: 2 friends discussing their goals over coffee, checking in with each other via text messages. Host on camera. Staying accountable can be the difference between sticking to your plan or giving up. Why? Because when someone else knows about your goals, you're more likely to follow through. Overlay. Graphic, ways to stay accountable. Partner with a friend or mentor. Join a group with similar goals, like a fitness class or online forum. Use apps to track and share progress. Voiceover. Even a simple weekly check-in with someone can keep you on track. And when you hit a milestone, celebrate together. Success is sweeter when shared. Scene: a person failing at a task but trying again with a determined look. Cut to them succeeding and smiling. Host on camera. Here's a hard truth. You're going to fail, but that's not a bad thing. Failure isn't the end, it's feedback. Every mistake teaches you what doesn't work and brings you closer to what does. Voiceover over visuals. Think about Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Your setbacks don't define you. How you respond to them does. Host on camera. Embrace the process. Even if you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, you're still moving forward. Scene: host smiling at the camera, upbeat music plays softly. Host on camera. Motivation isn't about being perfect, it's about showing up, even on the tough days. By breaking your goals into small wins, building routines, visualizing success, staying accountable, and learning from failure, you can stay on track and create the life you want. Call to action. What's one small step you can take toward your goal today? Share it in the comments below and let's inspire each other. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more content to keep you motivated. Inspirational quote on screen: "Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out." Robert Collier. Subscribe button with channel name and social media handles. End of script. Title: Certainly. Here's a more detailed and enriched version of the script, complete with additional examples, storytelling, and instructions for engagement. Upbeat music fades in as visuals show people waking up, running, working on creative projects, and smiling while achieving their goals. Voiceover. Motivation. It's what gets us out of bed, pushes us to chase our dreams, and keeps us moving when things get tough. But let's face it, some days motivation is nowhere to be found. Sound familiar? Well, in today's video, we're diving deep into strategies to keep your motivation alive, no matter what challenges come your way. Cut to host on camera, smiling. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear action plan to stay motivated every day, even when you don't feel like it. Scene: a split screen shows one side of a person excitedly starting a task, and the other side of the same person procrastinating. Host on camera. Let's start by understanding what motivation really is. Think of it as the internal engine that drives you to take action. But here's the catch. Motivation isn't constant. It's more like a wave. It ebbs and flows. And the secret is learning how to ride that wave. Voiceover over visuals. There are 2 main types of motivation: intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation comes from within. It's the joy of learning, the sense of purpose, or the excitement of personal growth. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, comes from external factors like deadlines, rewards, or recognition. Text graphic example: intrinsic, running because it makes you feel alive. Extrinsic, running because there's a prize at the finish line. Host on camera. Here's a quick exercise. Think about one goal you're working on right now. Why are you doing it? If you can connect your goal to something meaningful, something bigger than just the result, you'll find it easier to stay motivated even when it gets tough. Call to action, CTA. Comment below with your why. What drives you to work toward your biggest goal? Scene: a person looks overwhelmed at a cluttered desk, staring at a massive to-do list. Cut to them smiling after completing one task. Host on camera. Have you ever set a huge goal and felt completely stuck, wondering where to even begin? That's because your brain sees the entire mountain instead of just the next step. To beat overwhelm, break your big goals into smaller, actionable wins. Overlay example: big goal, write a novel. Small wins: day 1, outline the first chapter. Day 2, write 300 words. Day 3, edit yesterday's work. Post gestures animatedly. Each small win is like adding a brick to your foundation. It might feel small in the moment, but over time, those bricks build something extraordinary. Cut to motivational voiceover. And here's the magic. Every time you check something off your list, your brain releases dopamine, a chemical that makes you feel good. That little boost of happiness keeps you coming back for more. Post on camera. Try this. Break your goal into 3 tiny steps you can accomplish today. Start small, but start now. Scene: a montage of someone following a consistent morning routine, journaling, stretching, and making coffee. Host on camera. Let's talk about routines. Motivation thrives on consistency. When you create habits that align with your goals, you reduce the mental energy it takes to get started. Less thinking, more doing. Voiceover with visuals. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't need motivation to do it because it's automatic, it's a habit. Imagine if working on your goals felt that natural. Overlay tips. Morning routine. Drink a glass of water to hydrate. Write down your top 3 priorities for the day. Spend 5 minutes visualizing success. Evening routine. Reflect on what went well today. Plan your most important task for tomorrow. Set up your workspace for the next day. Post on camera. Your routine doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to work for you. Start small and build from there. Consistency beats intensity every time. Scene: a person sitting quietly, eyes closed, visualizing themselves achieving their dream job, with scenes transitioning to them actually doing it. Host on camera. Here's one of my favorite tools: visualization. Close your eyes and picture yourself achieving your goal. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Engage all your senses. Voiceover over visuals. Let's say your goal is to run a marathon. Imagine crossing the finish line. Hear the crowd cheering, feel the metal around your neck, and notice the sense of pride swelling in your chest. This mental rehearsal makes your goal feel real, and that feeling sparks action. Host on camera. Pro tip: do this every morning for just 2 minutes. It's a simple yet powerful way to stay focused and inspired. Scene: 2 friends laughing while checking in about their goals. Host on camera. Accountability is a game changer. When someone else knows your goals, you're more likely to stick to them. Why? Because we don't want to let others down. Overlay graphic. Ways to stay accountable. 1. Partner with a friend who shares a similar goal. 2. Join a group, like a book club, fitness class, or online community. 3. Use tracking apps that remind you of your progress. Voiceover. Accountability doesn't just keep you on track, it also gives you a built-in cheerleader. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and keep each other motivated. Host on camera. So, who's your accountability buddy? Tag them in the comments and let them know you're ready to crush your goals together. Scene: a montage of someone failing repeatedly, falling during a workout, getting a rejection email, but eventually succeeding. Host on camera. Here's a truth we all need to hear. Failure is a part of the process. It's not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone toward it. Voiceover. Every mistake you make teaches you something valuable. The only real failure is giving up. So when you hit a roadblock, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Then adjust and keep going. Host on camera, smiling. Remember, progress isn't always linear. Some days you'll sprint, other days you'll crawl, but every step forward counts. Host on camera. Motivation isn't magic, it's a skill you can build. Start by breaking your goals into small wins, building a routine, visualizing success, staying accountable, and embracing failure as part of the journey. Call to action. What's one small step you'll take today to stay motivated? Share it in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, like, subscribe and hit that bell for weekly inspiration. Let's conquer those goals together. Outro screen. Inspirational quote on screen. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Robert Collier. End of script. This more detailed script includes specific visuals, additional examples, and deeper engagement with the audience. Let's keep moving forward together.